and they lead it 73-56 after 24 minutes. American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith and Charles Barkley. First game of a triple header here on TNT. We appreciate you joining us. And the American Express teammates, we're going to zero in on the three-point shooting of the Miami Heat. In the first half of this game, they were 13 for 24. Herro hit 1. Jay Crowder, 4 out of 5. He took only 5 shots, all from deep, and hit 4 of them. Duncan Robinson shooting that thing, isn't he, Shaq? 3 out of 3.
Sure is. In the first half.
And Miami on top 73-56. This is a Milwaukee team that's 1-2. There's only a couple of teams in the East under 500. Washington hasn't won, and Milwaukee 1-2 coming into this. Give me your take, Chuck, on what you're seeing from the Bucks as they try to round into form before the playoffs begin.
This is what concerns me. You know, we talked when we first came back, like everybody's not playing for the same things. You see the Lakers aren't playing great. You see the Bucks aren't playing great because they're just trying to get to the playoffs. Well, let me tell you something. Sometimes when you try to push that gas, when you try to turn it on and off, even though these games aren't important. Wait, Herm Edwards has a great point. He has a great. Herm Edwards says this, and it's a great point. He says all the time. He says about preseason games. He said they don't count, but they matter. And if these teams think they just let's just get through these next 2 weeks and then turn it on, because let me tell you something, these Lakers screw around and then Portland, who's playing great, because they're in a do-or-die situation, they come in hot and the Lakers say, oh, we're just going to coast through the regulars these last couple of weeks, and they're going to get punched in the mouth. So I'm not concerned for the Bucks, but let me tell you something. These games don't count, but they matter.
Miami, by the way, number 4 right now. Miami's number 4 right now, and so you're looking right now at an Eastern Conference semifinal matchup between the Bucks and the Heat potentially, and Miami's beaten them in both meetings, and they are taking them to the woodshed in this game right now. What'd you make of Giannis in the first half?
Well, you know, as you said, it doesn't count but matters, but certain things matter. Oh, no, you're not
about to even think about doing that, Chuck.
You're not coming. He's not coming. But the one thing about Giannis is there's a point of no return. And if you allow him to get to certain points, there's no return. So as we start to get it here, and once he makes his moves here, freeze it right here. You have how many defenders here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
all with
7.
All with eyes on the ball. You got 10 eyes on the basketball. But the point of no return, how does he get in there and still able to score? It's because they have to come and make a hard commitment to stop him. If you don't do it, and I'm going to freeze it right where I think the point of no, keep going where the point of no return is. Freeze it right here. If none doesn't commit to a full help and say, I'm going to give up this jump shot, this is over. Right there at the point of no return, he never committed, and then he's going to get dunks. And that's the difference in the playoffs where you have to kind of create secondary opportunities. I think that's what last year what Toronto did a great job of.
He's got 14, does Giannis, on 7 of 10 shooting, also has 3 fouls. Talk about Miami and what they did in the first half.
Kenny, all that makes sense, what you said, but there's another side of basketball. It's called half-court basketball. And this is what concerns us about the Bucks.
And they could lose in the first round, or they could get to the finals. Now, obviously, the finals are out. But I think it depends on who they match up with. They can at least still win a first-round series. I mean, they got a lot of Joel Embiid still there. Al Horford is still there. Tobias Harris. Little Milkshake is doing his thing.
Milton?
Shake Milton.
Milkshake?
Yeah,
I like that, Chuck. That's nice.
Thank you. But who are they going to play in the first-round playoffs right now?
Right now, they would take on Boston.
Oh yeah, no. I'll see them soon then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on record saying this, and I hope it goes viral. I played 19. How many years you played?
16.
How many years you played?
11.
I think I played 19. This is the first time there's a no-pressure playoffs. There ain't no pressure. So even though Ben's not playing, I'm still not.
What? No pressure for who?
No pressure for any of these teams.
You're crazy.
No, let me tell you why. Kenny made the fact the other day, and I didn't even think about it. There's nobody there to put pressure on you. We put pressure on ourselves, but when there's no fans around others, so again, it's no pressure. I'm not worried about the guys because guys that don't usually have the confidence when there's fans around, there's nobody there. Another guy gonna step up, a shot that he wouldn't take on the road.
He'll take now. He'll take that shot.
He's gonna take it now. So
you don't put some. There is not some self-induced pressure. If you're Giannis, if you're Giannis in the Bucks, you say no. We're expected to do this.
That's not the real pressure, and let me tell you why. Many times when we got knocked off before the game come on, I would hear you say, "Now they have the tough task of going into Portland to try to win a game."
I never said it exactly that way.
Well, but I'm just saying. So there's pressure that we put on ourselves as athletes. But Kenny, going
there's a reason.
Kenny, hold on, Kenny,
Yeah.
going in Orlando against the young Penny and young Shaq, that was a little pressure. But if we get this one game, then we could, then we can get to now.
There's a reason there's home court advantage. There is a reason.
I'm not worried about it.
It has nothing to do with food.
I'm just saying.
It has everything to do with anxiety. The one thing that separates great players is they're able to control their anxieties. That's why the greats, these two guys, they control their anxiety in their moments. And younger players can't do that. That's why they don't. That's why Philadelphia was terrible on the road and wins at home.
No, first of all, I don't.
Because it's 25. Why do they win at home at a higher clip than they do on the road?
First of all, they didn't win at a higher clip. They didn't win any games on the road.
That's my point.
Listen, the Sixers are mentally weak.
Chuck, you're not being optimistic.
And the mental weakness, you don't think the 20,000 people in the arena plays a part in that?
Can you put the 76ers home record up compared to the road?
And at home, they're incredible, and on the road, they're terrible.
Chuck,
do me a favor, please, somebody get me there. There's no excuse.
30-2 at home.
There's no excuse.
11-25.
You can't be 30-2 at home and 11 in the home court. Doesn't anything for you.
Kenny, my point is, there's no excuse for them being that bad on the road.
Without question, they don't have that pressure anymore.
No, but I'm saying that tells me they're not mentally strong. Winning on the road is all about mental toughness. It's not about physical toughness, about beating anybody up, but mentally on the you got to play.
I think you're agreeing with us, but not.
No. I don't think it has any. There's no.
But why are you mentally tough? What makes you mentally tough is you can block out the anxiety that the road environment brings.
Come on, man.
All right, so Charles, question.
You had your guys, when you were in Phoenix, certain guys didn't play better on the road, on home than in the road?
We need to move right up your alley here. Tonight's betting odds brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook in America. And the favorites tonight, Milwaukee, the Clippers, and the Rockets. Still some question as to whether Russell Westbrook is going to play in that game for Houston tonight. Milwaukee and Miami, that's interesting because Miami's beaten the Bucks in both meetings this year. This is one of those, to me, when you're talking about you want to show a team at this time that you might meet in the playoffs what you're about. So let's see how Milwaukee responds tonight in this game against Miami.
Yeah, but the other night, they didn't even play their starters in the second half, and they had the third biggest point spread upset in basketball history.
Yeah, Brooklyn
was favored by 19. Milwaukee was. It was the third. That was the third biggest upset in the history of basketball.
Jimmy Butler not playing tonight.
Oh, well,
for the Miami Heat.
Well, they should be favored by more than 9. Then
don't forget.
He's a winner in Game 1 of the restart. There he is.
Back to your rhythm and your flow and how you shoot the ball and things of that nature. But the one thing you can do is defend, because you can always communicate. You can communicate through mistakes that you may happen. You can, you have teammates that back you up when you do make a mistake or whatever the case may be. So the communication and defensive side is something that should always be on point.
Hey, LeBron, it's David Gunneman. You haven't played in LA all that long, but tonight was the first time since being a Laker that you hit a go-ahead shot in the final 15 seconds of a ball game to get the win. What are you looking for in those situations? Obviously, not every time is equal, but what does your senses get heightened, or do you relish those chances?
Yeah, I mean, I love having the ball in my hands, late in the game, tie game, being down, being up. We had a 3-point game with like 40 seconds to go. We got a great look for Danny. He missed it. Paul George came back and hit a 3 to tie the game. And for me, just try to be aggressive. I feel like I got some contact at the elbow, by Marcus Morris. They didn't call it, but like you was told when you was a kid, just to start playing basketball, if there's no whistle, you keep playing on. So I was able to follow my own shot and put us up for good.
Hey, LeBron, it's Bill Oram. Hey, considering your support of Colin Kaepernick over the years and kind of what his journey has been like since he first took a knee, I'm curious what that moment was for you personally tonight.
I hope we made Cap proud. I hope we continue to make Cap proud. Every single day.